What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another edition Holy Try Football Podcast. It's me, AY, coming to you from the beautiful state capital, the red state, the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, for this Week 11 preview. We're into November. To my west, D-Berg, what's up?
You know, I smell fear from AY right now that he has to go up against the number one quarterback in the country less than 2 weeks from now. Did you guys miss that?
I did. I didn't read into it.
Yeah. It was whatever was it Dennis Dodd or one of those guys does the weekly quarterback rankings. He moved Heine up from 43 to 1, caused a ruckus. I think it was the day after. I think it was the day after we recorded. I saw that. I'm like, oh my God.
I didn't see it was 1.
No, he was number 1 last week after the game last week.
Okay.
Was it Dodd or Doyle? Which one of them retired?
Yeah, one of those guys. I
thought it was Dellinger, but I think it might have been Dodd, yeah.
This would have been much more topical if we would have gone Wednesday or Thursday last week.
I remember seeing somewhere it said Heinschel number 1, and then I put it all together. But I had no clue what it meant.
Yeah.
So I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, luckily for Dan, that's the next game for him. Notre Dame will not be thinking of him yet. And Can, to my east, what's up?
Immersed in college basketball right now. Did not sneak up on some of us that have been tuned down on football season for a month plus now.
Yeah, it's season tipped off yesterday.
It was unseasonably early too, right? I guess the way the calendar fell.
Is it? I guess you're right. I feel like it usually. Oh, maybe not, because they're usually having the Champions Classic, or whatever that thing is called, with the second unveiling of the playoff.
That's true, yeah. And then
that's always in the in the halfway of whatever that 4 games are, or the 2 games are.
Do they still do Maui? Isn't that over Thanksgiving?
No, yeah, it definitely still happens. Maui is still.
Yeah, it was November 4th last year, so maybe there's something to that theory.
Yeah, so we got a pretty weak.
I didn't know yesterday evening or whenever that was. We were talking. It was less than 24 hours from the tip-off, and I liked they did the Field of 68 Classic starting at 8 a.m. That's
yeah.
Stuff.
He messed up the stream. Goodman flubbed the screen, the stream on the second game. I was dying. Joe was not happy with it. Joe was not happy with the production.
Yeah, week 11's here. Week 10 in the books. Tonight is Tuesday, which means the first CFP rankings came out
moments ago. That's why we're going to live today, right?
Some of us.
Yeah, this is the reaction show, yes.
Live reactions.
None of us watched it. Some of us couldn't watch it. Some of us wouldn't have watched it.
I did check it out on Fubo when it did come out while I was 2 hours before I had 2 hours to do this thing. I did put it on.
So they're out there if you want to look at them.
I don't think any real surprises other than Memphis at 12, which people, I guess, were surprised by, but those are the rules, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah. So if they didn't rank a G5 team, they still had to pick one.
Exactly.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Well, there you go. Right now, Memphis is leading the G5 race. The rest of it will surely change.
Anything else from there?
No, I just saw it pop on the timeline. I guess I probably shouldn't even say this, but I will. I mean, if you could say start the playoff tomorrow with this bracket, I would say, where do I sign?
True.
because I guess that guarantees you're in the dance. So yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
AY wants to go to Provo.
I don't know if I want to go there, but as far as boots on ground, but sure. Yes, we'll see what happens.
I'm looking at it now. The scenarios. This looks exactly how my playoff bracket.
BYU.
We got 7 versus 8 playing this weekend, so obviously that's going to change. A lot's going to change. We all know that.
Yeah, we've got 2 versus somebody. 2 versus power rank number 21 or something like that.
Yeah, I think I was looking at Sagarin and SP Plus earlier today, and State was still like 20th or 21st. I was like, I know they're just numbers, but you need to like have like some kind of manual
override.
Like, I know what's just getting to it now. Like that game last weekend, like I know it was close at halftime, but did it feel close to you?
No, they couldn't stop them at all.
AY immediately putting Ken on blast.
They could not stop them at all.
No, and full disclosure, I was over at Deveni's house. I must have gave him like 7 high fives that day. It was weird. We were all pulling for Penn State. It just didn't feel close.
Didn't feel close.
So I mean, I didn't mean to put you on blast there, but
no, it's. I mean, they tried not the break they were looking for with that fumble recovery, and there was a game for a second, a little bit of a game, I guess. It's funny because Ohio State hasn't done what they did all year, whether that be because they were trying to work on the running game or whatnot, but they came out of the second half and just started bombing it away, and you haven't seen them do that all year, right?
No.
I don't know if that was a product of how close the game was or what, but like they kind of just came out of the locker room second half and like, fuck it, just throw it deep. And they did.
Yeah.
And it showed why. I mean, this is the first time you really seen Sayin uncork it, and it's amazing. I mean, you look at him and other Ohio State products the last couple of years, right? You think of like Stroud when he first came in, also, right? As a redshirt freshman, I think, and they just come in and they light it up, and you're like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. You look at on the other side of the field, Grunkenmeyer's the same class as Sayin, right? And it's, I mean, I think all things considered, he has performed about as good as you could have hoped. He's gone into 2 pretty difficult places to play, and he hasn't lit it on fire, but he's had a couple of misses here and there, a couple of bad decisions here and there, but all in all, I think he hasn't performed badly for a guy that's taken his first real competitive snaps of his career. But otherwise, the rest of the Penn State performance, especially on defense, was pretty woeful, which isn't surprising. It's funny because like you talk about those power ratings, right? AY, and you talk about how some of the national people talk. They're like, Aller is down, and but this is still, the same team with all that talent, just without their quarterback, and so they're dangerous. But it's for those that have actually watched and are in there and been watching this slide for the past month and change. It's plain that, or not even a month and change, the entire year. I think it's plain to see that the talent definitely doesn't match the billing, whether it be because of the scheme or what. But there are no game breakers, and everybody up front there, especially on the defensive line, they're not very good. And so there is not really the talent there that some of the power ratings may indicate. Not a surprising result.
I just don't understand where the talent went though.
Yeah, no, it's it. Like I said, I think part of it is the personnel really is not. helped by a lot of the scheme. Rojas is out. I think he helped cover up a lot of the deficiencies. And while I think the secondary isn't, they're kind of like the tallest midget there. They're probably the best unit out of the three levels, but they're, not all that. When you're going up against the likes of Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, I think most secondaries will be exposed. I don't think this, like they talked about AJ Harris being a potential first rounder coming into this year. I think it's plain to see he's not. I think there will be guys out of the secondary that'll play in the NFL, but you're playing two of the best out there right now, and they got flatly exposed, and they haven't been able to get pressure all year long from the defensive line. They've got a really big defensive end there with Denai Dennis Sutton that is not explosive like Chop Robinson or an Abdul Carter. And they got nobody else that can Chaz Coleman had a couple of nice plays, the freshman, but all in all, it's just not that many game breakers on that defense. And not many when you have average players like that, and then especially against a team like Ohio State, they'll end up wilting even if they were playing hard to begin the game and got a couple of breaks, but eventually the dam breaks, right?
Yeah, and I guess we should add context to this. It was at Ohio State. It doesn't get any stiffer than that.
Yeah.
Right.
So there needs to be some kind of greater than curve there. But they're going on 3 at halftime, yeah. So that was impressive. It didn't feel that way, but you're still right there. Ohio State's just good.
They are very, very good. Yeah, they're really good. Hey, what did you think of your game out there in Chestnut Hill?
Yes,
you guys know it was just.
I was not able to flip to it very much due to the Fubo issues.
It was. I said to you guys, it was just utterly maddening. I don't know what my favorite part was. I'm still. They had a drive coming out of the second half, the 20-play drive for a field goal. They ran the same play every time. It was drop back. Notre Dame would get pressure with 4. They had pressure with 4 on 32 of 46 dropbacks. It was incredible. And they would throw it to one of these 3 random tight ends that were number 49, 89, and 36 for 4 yards, and then get tackled immediately. And it was 3rd and 3. They'd run for 2.5, and then 4th and inches, they'd pick up the first down. And then first down would be 4, and then 4 again, and then 2, and then 2.
The Venus flytrap offense. I love it.
So that was just absolute. And then when there would be a stop, there would be just insane. The dumbest penalty from Jalen Sneed. KVA's doing that nose blow thing, and the ref thought it was a throat slash. You just don't do any of it. Burnham had this face mask where the back of the helmet caught up. Just always on 3rd down, just bad penalties. And that was just maddening. They had the ball for 40 minutes. Notre Dame short yardage is still rough. The red zone percentage, the touchdowns in the last 4 games were 8 of 16. That's just what are we doing? And then I think my favorite part though was I've never seen this. 3 different Notre Dame kickers attempted a kick for points, and all of them missed. 2 of them were extra points. And then one was a 35-yard field goal at the end of the half. They're saying Pat McAfee gets these guys to show up hungover and drill these field goals, and Notre Dame these guys on scholarship all over the country, and they can't make one. An extra point And then in the post-game presser was the cherry on top. Freeman with an all-time quote. He goes, when you use and have 3 kickers, you don't have one.
It's true.
Well put.
2 quarterbacks, you don't have. Yeah, same thing.
So I don't know what he's going to do. I think he's going to line up for an extra point this upcoming Saturday, and if they don't make it, he's not doing it again. They've already been going for 4th down like crazy the last 6 weeks. Now that they're 4th and 7 or closer, go for it. I don't care, or punt it. Screw it. Aside from that, it's been the same thing the last few weeks. Just these little things in short yardage, just off. I didn't run the ball much, and same defensive plan. Teams have been absolutely loading the box. Love gets stuffed, and this was the first game without Shroud, so Absher didn't play great. So the line is down some manpower against 8, 9-man boxes, and Carr was really good. I think he went like 299 with like 5 incompletions, but they just didn't have the ball enough to do anything, and they had a few empty possessions. But yeah, frustrating, maddening. Just I feel like we're back to post Purdue, but on to Navy. I don't think anyone got hurt, so that's good.
That's good.
That's a plus.
Oh, and I guess we haven't talked about it on here, but the whole Jaden Greathouse thing.
What's happening there?
He's been out for like the last month plus. He was game time decision like 3 weeks ago, and has still been out. There's been all these rumblings about he's only played 4 games. Is he going to redshirt? Is he going to transfer? Like, what's going on? So I don't know. You still got people writing in like, what about Greathouse? Like, please, they don't need him. So he's still in the team, but I don't know what's going on with Greathouse. Whatever. Just wanted to address it.
I was not aware of this whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 good games in his career, and they're the 2 biggest games he played in. So people were thinking he's going to be a big deal.
To me, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
After the game he had against Penn State.
Yeah. So we'll see if he's back. We need all hands on deck if we get through this week for next weekend. Because that's going to be a stiff test. A lot of rumors swirling about boots and tailgates and fly-ins. We'll see what that's.
Who's got boots that they'll be wearing? Will they be in the air or on the ground? Is the question.
Is someone going to dust off an old pair? We'll see.
We'll see.
Dan, you took on the tree. How'd that go?
Yeah, kind of an amazing, for our picking purpose at least, amazing cover by the tree. Pitt with the 22-point lead, having 2 interceptions in the red zone, in the end zone, and then a fumble inside the 5, only for the tree to come down and with 20 seconds left, make it a 15-point game. So shout out to anyone who had Stanford plus 15 and a half. Go play the lottery or something. Just kind of the performance from the number 1 quarterback in the country, reinforcing my Holstein, mix up the last names with H, comparison, and we'll see. Now they're in the tournament. I proclaimed it after they beat Florida State. They win these next 3. I'll say they have a chance. They're in the tournament.
They have a chance.
It seems like there's still probably a little bit of uncomfortable traffic in front of them, even if they do win out the last 2 ACC games. That is, at least. It's very. We'll get to some of these games later, but I don't know how this keeps happening. That some of these teams that keep winning that we'll discuss later. I will say this. It's odd the full circle. I don't know if full circle is the right way to put it, but 10 years ago, they found themselves in this exact same situation against Notre Dame, flipping the important game, which was a Thursday night against North Carolina, who end up winning the Postal and then going to the ACC championship. We were live at that point, and I am certain I should even try and fill out our old clip. God only knows where that is right now. Probably in the hard drives in some crackhead's basement that burglarized my apartment 5 years ago. But the big frustration I had with that game is Pitt pulled out all the stops against Notre Dame the following week. They were in need of a spark, and specifically they were using Jordan Whitehead at the time on both offense and defense. They used him plenty, had some success even against Notre Dame until Bill Fuller had 9,000 touchdowns. And I just hope they don't make the same mistake. I don't care if they kneel the ball if they forfeit the game against Notre Dame, because it's still in the day and age where, as I said after, it's like, oh yeah, it's great that Heinzel played so well, but who knows how long they're gonna have him. And then I said something like, this sucks. But it is important to try and capitalize on that. And I hope that the lesson from 10 years ago is learned to prioritize those ACC games instead of like worrying about making a splash by beating Notre Dame. Because I think we can all agree, even if Pitt wins out the last 3 games and goes 10-2, they're not getting in all likelihood with losses, especially to West Virginia, and then another, having another loss on the schedule, regardless of how Louisville does. So if they were to win out and then not make the ACC championship game, I think that's, whatever, they're going to the Gator Bowl or something like that, right? So that's kind of the circumstances, and it is just funny that I don't remember feeling about any other game, or I guess scenario, that way in the last 10 years, but here we are once again. And I just hope that, again, lessons learned by the Pitt head coach from that moment. I don't care if Desmond Reed plays. He didn't play in this game against Stanford. It seems like he's got, they've got him on an ultra load management schedule. And I'm fine with it, because if you can beat the tree with some of the names that I'm like, wait, this guy's on the team, that's handling business the right way, I think. But I don't want them to come out and give him 25, 30 touches against Notre Dame, and then he's freaking limping off the field end of the third quarter when Pitt's down by 13 points or whatever.
Right.
So that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. So it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, I would feel very differently if they were even had one loss like they did at this point last season. I'd say you got to go. This is your flagship win potentially in the season. But I think even if they were to win the last 3, I don't think they're getting in at 10-2.
Right.
With the loss to West Virginia. Not much to add about the game itself, obviously.
Dan, looking at the big picture.
Fans, they're in the tournament. I do think there will be, if they win the last 2 ACC games, which I would put 25-30% probability. I think that they'll get whatever minor help they need, or there'll be just some natural cannibalization with teams that have head-to-heads. I promised I would figure out this schedule, but I have not had a chance to. So ahead of next week's game, have another, weekend's worth of data points, but figure it out. Just for the folks that don't feel like looking that up.
You'll be ready to push the pillars.
Yeah, they're not really. Maybe like one. There might be one pillar that needs pushed, if that. And that might just be. Obviously, it would have been helpful if SMU would have lost to Miami. And I think that's pretty much it. They might need that. So, or the Zimas can lose any of the remaining games. I'm just going to say their name. I'm going to invoke their name finally before we go talk about it.
They could lose. No, they could absolutely lose any of these games.
Yes,
they should lose.
Yeah. I think I might have to petition the ACC, commissioner to count that NC State game as a loss.
Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Phillips.
Dr. Phillips.
Dr. Phillips. Dr. Phil. So that's all I got.
All right. Excited for a couple weeks from now. We'll see if we have live shows from the epicenter of college football. I haven't actually seen who's on the schedule that weekend. I'll be interested to see who you'll be competing with. Will College Game Day be?
Yeah, and that would be rolling back the clock 20 years.
Yeah.
If you forget.
Lest we forget. Darius Walker.
It is the ESPN version of the Big Nude.
It is. So, I mean, they're doing it this weekend for their game day game this weekend, right? I think they've got Texas Tech and BYU on their nude, right after game day. So we shall see if they do it back to back. They've been programming to fit. We dive into some more recappage from the past weekend. Vanderbilt went down big, made a valiant comeback, could not seal the deal. But are you back on Arch and Sark bandwagon here? Are they for
By
real?
the way, I just took a quick perusal. I think they will be between the hedges in all likelihood. Have they gone there yet?
For the Bama game.
No, Bama game was Penn State game.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That weekend.
You're right. So yeah, they'll be going.
Or possibly Provo. Honestly, I think right now our game is third in the pecking order.
They wouldn't go to Provo after they're doing a BYU at Texas Tech game right now, would they?
If Kalani keeps it rolling, I could see it. Dare I say I would be in favor of that of the three choices.
That'd be throwing the Big 12 too many bones there, I think, at that point. So are you in on Texas, and do you think they make it in with a 9-3 record? If they lose only one more game the rest of the way, they've got
A&M,
the aforementioned Georgia, and then A&M as well.
I would not put them in because of recency.
Gotcha.
Lost recency.
But they would have a nice win over Georgia or Texas A&M as well.
Yeah.
They would.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Texas.
Oh, Texas. Okay, I thought you said A&M.
Well,
Like
I said they have Georgia and A&M coming up. If they lose,
you're
only
talking
one
about Texas.
games,
I thought you were talking about A&M getting.
Yes.
If the bottom falls out.
Yeah, if Texas splits between A&M and Georgia and takes care of business the rest of the way, are they in?
They'll probably put them in. Yeah, they'll probably.
I don't know. I don't. There's still 5 weeks to go. I don't like playing this game.
Okay.
This is like when you can. Is Miami the best team in the country?
That's definitively answered at this point.
If Texas goes 9-3, they obviously have to beat one of those teams.
Yep.
I would be open to them in at 9-3 when the dust settles.
Depending on where things are with other people.
I will form an opinion with an open mind, yes.
Right. Because at that point,
I'm not ruling it out.
Yeah.
I'll say
your resume got a boost this weekend with Oklahoma's unexpected win, right? Ohio State continues to look as good as ever. And obviously, you have that Florida loss, which I guess some people do. People put respect on. It was on the road as well. But yeah, this if they can round into form here, I think they'd be formidable. I would not count them out against Georgia or Texas A&M here. If Arch plays the way he did. I was also cracking up though. You saw the touchdown pass that they had right out the gate. It was literally just a swing pass. And
to Wisner.
It was to number 1. I think that's what's his name?
Maybe Wisner a long one too. I saw.
Yeah. But it was hilarious because there was a guy tweeting about how this is electric. This is Arch's arm strength. This is his arm talent right here.
Oh jeez.
And it was literally a swing pass, 70 yards. They're 75 yards right off the hoof. This is Arch. This is Arch right here. And it was a swing pass. I was cracking up. I couldn't tell if it was facetious or not, but people were all over him on Twitter. It was good. Vanderbilt, good fight there, but I don't know. I guess people are still expecting that Cinderella shoe to fall off soon. I mean, they could take this loss if they take care of business the rest of the way. People talk about them being in as well, but like AY said, we don't need to talk about this for another couple of weeks.
I mean, it is fun, but there's just so
yeah. You do this every single team we talk about down the list here, except for Penn State. Georgia, nice win here. Stinkton with the judicious kneel at the goal line there, learning from his Auburn mistake, costing some people money and winning others money. Did you guys see that? I know Dan did not, but what did you see that there was I don't think it was an overturn, but it was a catch there. I thought it was a catch. I don't know if you saw what happened there with it was a long play for Florida that was ruled no catch, and they could not overturn it, but it looked like, I thought, a catch.
I don't think so. I went back and caught some highlights of things.
Yeah, it was on the same time as your game, right?
But yeah, so I was being at Devendy's for the noon window, and then getting the Sling day pass for the 3:30 window. I kind of just
no hard lines.
I kind of just like punted on football, like viewing for most of the day because I was mostly unable. I did the Sling pass, I guess, but it's kind of out of spite too.
I wonder if we'll be able to get it back this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. So I didn't really watch many highlights, but yeah, I did see. I mean, I was keeping tabs on the games, but I don't think I saw that controversial catch. Like even I was pretty much just like game casting on most of these games.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm at the game this weekend, so hopefully, maybe things will be back by then. But we'll see. Not too worried about it for this weekend, at least on my part. We got Texas Tech, Kansas State that put on the afterburners there. Kansas State tried to hang in there for a little bit, but outclassed by Texas Tech. Georgia Tech going into Raleigh. What's that stadium called again?
Carter Finley.
Carter Finley, yeah.
That's right. Ryan Finley got the stadium named after him. North Carolina State's got a couple of nice wins here, right?
Yeah,
I suppose
they do. Two top 20 wins, yeah.
Yeah, more than Franklin's had in a while. I mean, we saw this coming from Georgia Tech, right? They were riding Haynes as much as they could, but
yeah, I mean, they were before we shifted our focus now to the Zimas, Georgia Tech was the biggest paper tiger.
Oh yeah, they were drafted still off that Clemson win, which obviously, especially after this weekend, not much to write home about. And we'll see where Georgia Tech ends up. I don't think they'll be able to make it in if they lose to Georgia. 10-2. I don't think we'll get them an at-large bid with that schedule, that resume. Go on down the list. Did you guys catch this Oklahoma-Tennessee game? Did you watch it with Roth?
No,
I was during the baseball game, so I was mainly watching that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why. Yeah, I watched the noon window, the 3:30 window, then I just went right into baseball. Yeah. That's what it was.
Saw the highlights.
It was unbelievable. I don't know how Tennessee was not up by like 2 touchdowns in the first half. They continued to throw the ball. Turn it over. It was incredible.
They should have been up at least 14 at the half, yes.
Yeah. Disgusting performance there from Aguilar and that whole offense. Just they would move the ball between the 20s and then turn it over. It was amazing. And That Oklahoma kicker with the bike shorts on, nailing it.
I think it's a good look.
More like mobility, better for kickers.
Herb Street, not a fan.
Not a fan. Not a fan. I've seen multiple refs make comments about how it's should be penalized. I'm interested to see if it's a point of emphasis here going forward. If some of these guys get called for it, I'd die. I think it'd be hilarious. Raiola out for the year. That offense kind of died there with him going out.
I was ready to have that. I was going to have the belt on my head like Quill, man. When I saw it went out, I was like, I think we're going to eke this one out, this cover out. But of course, no. Not to be.
Not to be.
Where did that line close at? Did it come down at all from when we pick it at 6.5? The line movement was crazy that we picked versus the closing lines, by the way, last week with the Monday.
The Monday pick. Let's see here. Let's see what it ended up at.
But yeah, that team. But neither of those teams they're just whatever.
Yep. It did close at 4.5.
Still would have lost.
So still would have lost. I think there's hope here with Raiola going out for Penn State Bowl eligibility. Gotta win that.
Do you think they'd even accept the bowl bid?
That is a good question. It's a great question. Bowl eligibility is all I'm saying. Whether they'll do anything with the eligibility, I don't know.
Will guarantee it.
Non-winning season or non-losing season. Also a non-winning season as well, but
Tomlin-esque.
Yeah.
Can we name Tomlin as a potential coach for Penn State?
We can throw it in there. We got Elko, Lee, Drinkwitz, Braum, Matt Campbell, Manny Diaz.
Chesney.
No Ches, from what I can see, according to Pete Nakes.
What's going on with that? He's staying.
I don't know if he's getting a look.
It's
a Pennsylvania boy.
That's a shame.
Continued, if you want the latest here, continued noise, just kind of buzz in the background of Elko. If for some reason it goes south here, or, if he makes some type of a run here in the playoffs, I don't see any way he would come. But apparently receptivity is there, as well as from, and this is purely as a backup for him, DeBoer, if things go way off the rails in Tuscaloosa. But again, those are his big swings, from what I understand.
Well,
Penn State's AD's big swings from
on Saturday before I left Devaney's, he went around the room and said, "Who was going to be Penn State's next coach?"
And what were the responses?
There was a lot of joking ones. He asked me for he's like, "Anth, what's your serious guess? Like, who do you think it actually is going to be?" And I said, Mike Elko. He goes, "Whoa, I haven't heard that one."
I wonder where he's been getting his intel.
And I was like, I'm just telling you, I can see the signs here with Kraft and the jersey. And
listen, if it was a thing where he was at Duke and he had both jobs, he would choose Penn State.
No, he'd be gone by now.
Yeah, between Texas A&M and Penn State, I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that he's got it set up there and whatnot, I'm not sure that would, unless things go drastically wrong here to end the season for him. Anything else we want to mention here? Cincinnati took it to the ass. They got whooped by Utah there late in Salt Lake.
Yeah, and the chainsaw took round one.
Round one.
Right.
We'll see what happens when the return trip is made. We'll continue to look into how many times a team has played in the regular season together.
We will get on that.
Without AI's assistance.
No, yeah. Short it. Michael Burry. Shorting AI.
Speaking of taking one off the butt, my lock. I thought the snake pit would provide more resistance. No,
They got an interception right off the rip, and it was 20-10 in the third.
I was feeling good, and then
I went to sleep. I fell asleep. I was up late with the Halloween party on Friday night, so I started snoozing there right after that touchdown that made it 20-10. I woke up. It was 48-10. It wasn't even that long of a nap.
yeah, it was quick.
Yeah, I mean the Zimas, they're just not necessarily winning that game. Obviously, AY shouted out their 70% win probability or post-game win expectancy,
Which is the highest in the month.
dog shit cover, all-time dog shit cover with the pick six.
Oh yeah, that one hurt. That was bullshit. Be a gentleman and kneel it.
Yep.
Why?
And then I get the ass end of Stinkton with Georgia. So them's the breaks, as they say.
Not a great week for us. 7 under as a group. It's all right. We'll get it this week. We ready for this week? We got a lighter slate.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I guess only news I've got is Raiola out, Hugh Freeze out.
Yeah, with the I think I said to you guys the news of the person seeing the tea time canceled is incredible.
That was good. That was really good. The tea time under his wife's name for all season, all the time he's been there.
It's like, wait a minute, his tea time's canceled. Is he getting axed 4 hours later? That's some great sleuthing.
Great sleuthage. All right. These are updated with the current rankings for playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. You're on
They're
it.
right as they were coming out. Hot off the press.
Hot off the presses, because I don't think Iowa's ranked in the AP, I think. Still.
Respect has been earned in the eyes of the committee.
Yep, they put their hats at the door.
Yep.
Well, fittingly, we're starting with the ghost number 12 here in Memphis. Unranked in the CFP poll, but the highest G5 rep, hosting Tulane and John Summerall, who has to be out the door with all these Southern jobs opening up.
He's got to be. He's got to be. I mean, you saw his team took a whooping last week with the Utsa ass whooping. I think his mind might have been elsewhere. I'll take Silverfield. Silverfield also trying to impress here, and I do think they are going to want to improve on their no ranking here in the initial playoff rankings, and so I will take them to cover here.
Yep, I'm gonna zag here. I'm buying low on Summerfield against LJS.
Summerfield
because Memphis lost to UAB, right? I have that correct in my head.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Tulane coming off the Utsa bludgeoning. All right, see what happens. What does Mike Brown need? That should have been my real deciding factor.
I don't know if I think he needs Memphis definitely to lose again, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the only tiebreaker that he's losing right now, right? I guess Navy lost last week. Who else is undefeated? I don't think anybody else is really undefeated, right?
No, they all like one loss.
Yeah, so I think he just needs Memphis to lose again to take care of that tiebreaker and to handle business the rest of the way. And then he'll be in the championship game.
I'm going to take Tulane here. I get the angle of Memphis seeing where the opportunity now in front of them. that, hey, we are kind of in position. I just don't know if they're ready for that. I think Memphis wins, though.
This
Gets a little weird.
HP.
Memphis wins by 3.
All right.
Georgia traveling to Klanga. I feel like every Mississippi State home game they're getting 7.5, whether it's Texas, Tennessee, and now Georgia. Maybe what was that Arizona State line back in time too?
I thought that was 12.5.
That was early when they were.
Yeah, they
were super bad.
I think it was 12.5. I'm pretty sure. We could go back to, what was it, week 2? Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. No, 6.5.
6.5, really.
Always right around touchdown dog at home. I guess I need to kind of apologize to Mississippi State. I know I backed them against Texas a few weeks ago. Maybe apologized a bit, but they do play tough, man.
They do.
And I think they play tough again here. Georgia by 7. I can't get by. This Stinkton team is just – they just grind it out.
And they are 12-1 to win it all right now. I was taking a peek at that. One other thing I meant to mention, not trying to insert Stinkton firmly in the Heisman conversation, have not heard any about the Heisman.
True.
Very strange.
Mom is the word. Nobody's really impressing this year. Saying the flavor du jour for this week.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to come down to Simpson and the winner of the Big Ten title game.
Pretty good. Dan, who did you take here? I'm taking Georgia. I think Klanga will have some.
I'm clanging, but yeah, Georgia wins.
More cowbell.
I think Mississippi State is fat and sassy coming off their first SEC win. Maybe smelling themselves a little bit here. I'll take Georgia to win here by 10.
Here we go. BYU, Texas Tech. No tortillas. Tech, 10.5-point favorites.
Is this DeBanza against McCaslin here?
Hardwood battle. Tech off the nice win last week. BYU and 47 Bachmeier. Just getting the job done.
They had to buy to prepare here.
Yep, after that impressive win in Ames. This number tells me you need to take Texas Tech. But I feel like BYU just doesn't get blown out. Maybe they do. Maybe it's purely anecdotal. So I'm going to HP again. Give me Tech to win. I think bailing that defense is too much. But BYU hangs around and loses by 8.
Yeah, I think Texas Tech lost to Arizona State. Was it Sims running the show in that game, or was it Levitt?
It was injured Levitt and Tyson. They were both hobbling.
Yeah, I'll take BYU here. They've got a wily quarterback as well there. Another short little mighty might receiver with Kingston, and they can run the ball. So I'll take them in points as well. I do think Texas Tech will get it done on the field.
LJ Martin back for BYU. Chase Roberts outside. I think they'll 28-20.
Tech pelts him with a tortilla. We'll go. They win by 17.
That's probably the play with this number.
Let's see. And by the way, I said this last week. Obviously, we didn't really discuss it much, but yeah, Utah over Cincinnati. That was a rat line. Took the cheese anyway. I'm not doing it again twice.
Yeah. Well, I said the same thing, and now I'm zagging. So one of us will be right.
One of us will be right.
Next up, top ranked matchup. A&M traveling to Mizzou. Possible PSU next coach Drinkowitz and company catching 6.5. This line stinks too. Like, what's Missouri at quarterback this week?
Right. Third stringer, right?
Zollers, former 5-star quarterback. He's got a week and plus. He had the bye week to get ready here. He looked not bad when he came in against Vandy. They'll rally around him 6.5. But I think they'll have a nice game plan here. I think they'll keep it close for a little bit, but I do think Texas A&M will end up winning here by more than 6.5. I think they'll be overwhelming. Yeah, I'll take them to lay the points here.
Same here, Ken. I was saying we disagreed yet. We haven't agreed on one yet.
I'll take your word for Zollers. I'm just not. A&M is not like run the table good.
True.
So give me Mizzou. I could see Mizzou winning this game for sure, but if I get 6.5 at home with them, A&M on the road. Yes, I know they beat Notre Dame on the road, but the Arkansas game kind of sticking in my mind. Oh, yeah, give me a Bond Hardy as a big game.
Okay.
Top 20 matchup: Oregon traveling to Iowa City, take on Iowa. Jeez.
Oregon, listen, Oregon's been sitting at home. Everybody's been putting a microscope, putting them under a microscope since they beat Wisconsin 21-7. Some shit in torrential downpour. Iowa suddenly looking like they can blow people out, beating up on these shitty Wisconsin and Minnesota teams. Drafting off of a close win, 1-point win at home at night against Penn State, this depleted Penn State team. I've seen Oregon come into a night environment, rowdy, raucous night environment already this year once. I think they'll be more than up to the test against Iowa. I like them by 14 points here. Dan Lanning, master motivator. He'll probably be coked out of his mind again. This team amped up. I got them 2 touchdowns here.
Same. Maybe not. I'll go by 9. Something weird. Has there been a team consistently weird enough, or as consistently weird as Iowa over the years with weird scores? Still love the when they had. What was it?
6-4 is all you got to know. 6-4 is all you got to know.
Let me see. Well, yeah, that's the gold standard. While AY is giving his pick, I'll pull up the exact scoring summary. I remember the game precisely that I'm thinking of.
What year was it?
22.
Let me try to think if I can pick it.
Oregon's like. I think Oregon right now is a team I am most confused about. I'm trying not to let that Wisconsin game be in my head.
It was 21, Cam, by the way.
They have a tough stretch on the road here, so they need this one because they still got SC and at Washington. The line seems low to me, so that tells me I need to take the Hawkeyes. Oregon wins 22-16. I don't know how they score because they can't throw it, but I think they do.
Okay.
So the game was Iowa-Nebraska, 2021. They go field goal.
Oh, is this the one where they were saying it was a blackjack? It was like a blackjack.
Cool, yeah, an all-time EDSBS. Shout out to Spencer.
Yes.
Cruel blackjack dealing. So they go 3 field goals. It's 21-9. Then they get a blocked punt return, so up to 16. They get a safety up to 18, and then a field goal again to get to 21. They won the game 28-21. Petras punched it in from 2 yards out for the win.
Petras.
Oh, yeah.
19 points in the fourth quarter, all time.
All time.
So for a rather generic score, the delivery method is incredible.
The best.
Moving on, Auburn traveling to Vanderbilt. Vandy laying 6.5. What are we going to get out of Auburn in the first of two SEC first game off coach firing games?
Yeah, this is what are we going to get out of Vandy? Also, like poking it with a stick, and then they come back to cover the closing line again. I'll keep mentioning our pick. We picked it at 1.5. Vandy.
They did empty the tank.
Talking about cruel covering and sorcery, but yeah, I like Auburn to maybe even. I'm not going to pick them to win. That's no fun. But hedging P. Vols eke it out 27-24. Even do a score for this one.
All right. Okay.
I was going to go back through. I know I took Auburn against Missouri. I know I took them against A&M. I took them against Georgia, so that's at least 3 times. I definitely feel like I've taken Auburn and Florida in the points every single time I could.
Wild zombies, you're saying. Wild they are zombies.
Because they're good teams. Just losing the funniest. I saw a stat the other day, something about there was 3 teams that have done something all year, and it was Ohio State, Indiana, and Auburn. It was something about like leading somewhere or something impressive late. So, like 4th or 5th time's the charm, I guess. Give me Auburn. I don't know why. I cannot quit this team.
I'm with you guys here. They cook bouts. They will be fired up, playing for Hugh.
We are disgusting. We are disgusting for sweeping the board with Auburn.
Yeah. You guys are well, maybe I'm the grossest one because I'm going back to it again, but you guys joining me, yeah, we're crazy.
I was cracking up at they have a 5-star receiver committed to Auburn, and they asked him about Hugh getting fired and if it impacts his decision and stuff. He's like, I like Coach Freeze, but I'm all for anything and getting this team better.
Okay.
So he's happy with his NIL package, I assume.
Yes. Wake Forest traveling to Virginia. The Who's laying 6.5. What kind of sorcery are they going to pull in this one?
I mean, come on. This is a lock of the week. It's already down there. I shared the whole screen this time so people could see it.
I'm with you.
I know I said for the Iowa State versus BYU. It was the angle. It was what the angle was invented for. And I was right for 1.25. Fortunately, we're graded on 4 quarters here. This is – it must stop. This is Can's law of averages.
It has to stop, right?
Personified. Ken already typed in well because I was doing my AOI wants to take the Zimas. How about this? I think if you pick the Zimas and they do win and cover, you drink a Zima on the podcast. We'll find a way to discuss them somehow next week.
I'm going to give me the Zimas to cover.
And I know I've received commentary and feedback before, like I put timestamps in, yada yada yada. I might, until they lose, I will put the Cal Turd infamous rant in our description. A link to that every podcast until that. I'm doubling down on this, or tripling down, whatever it is, with my lock. Telling AYS to drink it, but he's taking them. All right.
Like I'm picking Virginia to cover. And I'm also picking them to have less than an 80% post-game win expectancy. I know there's going to be just the biggest rabbit at some point in this game.
Come on, live a little. Say less than 55% post-game win expectancy.
I'll go.
That's still well above their average.
it'll be less than last week, and last week was a high in the last month. What was it, 7 last week? So it'll be in the 60s, yes. Which in the projected margin of victory will be less than a field goal. We'll go with that. Fools, I hope Woke wins this game 51-0.
Yep.
I agree.
Be great.
Come on, Robbie Ashford. Final one in this slate, LSU traveling to Bama. Bama laying 11.5.
Zombie LSU.
The second team off the dead coach bounce.
Bama just getting refreshed off this bye week. LSU, same thing. I will go with the team that has a coach coaching them during this bye week. I'm going Bama by 2 touchdowns, at the very least, if not more. 3, maybe 3 touchdowns.
That is the smart play, but I'm going LSU.
The square play.
Wait a minute. I took the points in every game except for Virginia.
I will break the tie with Alabama. I'm not fighting, at least for this week.
All right.
Dan, you are off this week, so there's
Thank
2
you.
games.
Mm-hmm. I'll go first here with the big nude. Let's say now up to 15. I think it look ahead line last week was 11.5. It has ballooned to 15.5. Indiana continuing to look like an absolute juggernaut, running through teams. Mendoza can run. I think he run a little bit more than Sayin can. That's not good. Penn State does not defend running quarterbacks well. I am not enthused about this matchup. Mendoza is not infallible, though. We've seen him throw turnovers. He threw an interception to start out the game against Maryland. He had that pick 6 against Oregon. He will try to fit the ball in there. I think Penn State's secondary is halfway decent. Like I said, they got really, really torched by possibly the best tandem of receivers that we've seen in a very long time. And that's saying something, obviously, with Ohio State's track record. But Terry Smith said these are the 2 best that Ohio State's had come through, which is amazing to think about. But I do think they'll be better this time around. I think they still have some injuries there with Surratt as well, which they may not try to rush back. But again, it comes down to if they have the juice. I think Penn State I'm talking about, because obviously they have nothing to play for. They've done a good job of continuing to play hard and be there from like a mental standpoint. Now they may be making mistakes out there or whatnot, but they're not giving up. I don't think any of the kids are really, throwing in the towel necessarily yet. They're still playing with a little bit of fire, right? But you saw, eventually that kind of gave out against Ohio State. I think the key will be coming out and having some good things happen to them, because I think as these games start to pile up, continue to pile up, not even start to pile up, continue to pile up. I think that fire will last a little shorter each time, unfortunately. So something good like that turnover that Maryland had at the beginning of the game would do them well. Something going well on offense, big run maybe, something over the top would do them well. I think they'll need that. I do expect a decent fight here for the first half. Maybe Penn State first half cover is the play. But I do think eventually Penn State and that defense, which has not been good all year, will eventually wear down. And 15.5. I want to take it. I really do, but I'm not going to. I think.
Oh, come on.
17-point victory here for Indiana. So I'll go with smoking it through the SIG and cover for him.
A wise man once said there's a path for Penn State to cover in this game. But I think we saw it with Daniel Jones this past weekend in Heinz Field. The earth needs to be knocked back on its axis a little bit. Penn State not only takes the path to 15.5, it's much closer than that.
What do you think? It's 7 points.
Yeah, Indiana wins.
Indiana 10-point win, you're saying?
No, closer. Single digits.
Single digits. Okay.
Right. Put me down. I'm sorry for the I created the British Open conditions with my cat's rear. Hopefully you didn't notice, Cam.
I did not notice.
All right, good.
I'm allergic.
I'm not shaken because everyone misses one once in a while. I was feeling great last week at the half 3. I was like, I'm gonna get this Penn State game right again.
We've been extended to what? 7-1?
7-1, then the wheels fell off. But it happens. I'm back on them again this week. I'm on State. I'm not saying sprinkle, but
AY's been poking the Sig Bear. I will say the last.
I've
teased you entertained the idea of UCLA plus 17.5 that I remind you about at 11:57 before that game started.
Yeah, I'm just kind of outside the cave, faking an owl sound. Just.
Anyway, this Bama game's at 10.5 right now. 10 in some places, but 9.5 some places, but 10.5 on ESPN.
You can knock it down. We'll knock it down to 10.5.
I'm just saying.
I get them in the same place every week at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you're going to insert that in your lock section. Smart.
No, not that one.
Put me down for Penn State, Ken. I think I'm thinking of the Indiana Iowa game, and I just think that this Penn State season is they can't go this whole year without like something.
They've done that before. They've done it before where they haven't beaten a single good team.
I think I'm bringing that up because I'm going to tie that in with my lock as well.
Oh, no.
I'm not saying it's not this game, but I'm going to go. I just think Penn State has a good game in them, and Indiana has an off-ish day.
Okay.
On to the nightcap, 7:30, NBC. Navy taking on Notre Dame. Line's 26.5. Can we get a better number? Do you see something better out there?
I have not looked.
I remember when I mentioned earlier about the BC game, things coming in threes with the 3 15-yard penalties, the stupid penalties, the 3 tight ends catching 4-yard passes, and 3 kickers. There was a third, number 3, and that was Jadarian Price with his 3rd fumble inside the 5-yard line of the year. So that will hurt your red zone statistics and the final score line. So we'll see how he's incorporated here. Caleb Hawkins, awesome running back from North Texas, ran for like 500 yards and 4 touchdowns against Navy last week. And now they get Jeremiah Love. So that's not great. I think I said this last year on the preview. Good, really good to great Notre Dame teams just pound Navy. And the ones that are just okay, that's when you see these weird, funky games. I think this Notre Dame team is pretty good. The defense has been really good since first quarter of Arkansas, like really good. Oh, I just don't know. That's so many points. And Navy just threw up on themselves last year. And the kicking game is awful. And they still do dumb stuff at Notre Dame. So
They're trying to bring back Jeter.
They need something. Did I say this last week or am I saying it right now? Notre Dame's kicker, I said it in a text maybe somewhere. Notre Dame's kicker next year is going to be either Lombardo from BC or Pitt's kicker. So we'll timestamp that at an hour 10:30 in Week 11 preview. I think it'd be Lombardo. I'm taking. I do think Notre Dame's been having these maddening games. I think they have a good one here, but it's not enough. 40. I want to score 50 at least, but they won't. 41. Navy puts a good drive together, gets one long play, and runs a cover play for your field goal. 41-17 Notre Dame. Navy covers. And one other thing I say every year in this game: don't get hurt.
Don't get hurt.
Next week you get QB1.
I will also take some Navy coverage here because they run the ball and take the air out of it. I'll take Navy coverage. What was it last year? Like 13.5?
Yeah. I mean, Notre Dame does, they see Navy every year. They saw Army last year. Like these guys.
Was last year in Meadowlands, this Navy game?
Yes. Army was in.
I think that one was 14.5 then. I think I definitely bet Notre Dame that game.
They got Army in the Bronx. So they were both in New York City-ish. Yeah. I think it's going to be, close to that. Dan's researching something.
Always researching.
Where are you going in this game?
I'm going middies. Make it a sweep.
All right, on to our locks. Last week, just do we have any announcements, Dan?
We do not from last week. However, by request, I have to acknowledge Goofy Pigeon from a couple weeks ago with an awful pick on Kentucky against Tennessee. So there you go, Goofy Pigeon. But yeah, nothing from last week. Nothing to be said.
Okay.
Dan, who'd you take here? You took Notre Dame?
No, middies.
Navy. Everybody. A lot of sweeps.
Sweeps. This week, no acknowledgments. Last week we referenced Dan with the SC can hitting the Burt lock.
Oh, yeah, the Burt locker.
The Burt locker and the snake pit did not pull through for me. On to this week, Dan mentioned his reminder for your luck.
Oh, it's Woke Forest. 51-0.
51-0. Ken, where are you going?
I am going to be taking Bama, not with the full game, though. I'll go Bama 1H. 1H minus. I saw 5.5 out there, but most are at 6.5. I would take the 6.5.
Okay, mine is going to be. I mentioned a team taking something from this year, a lost year of sorts. I think one team's having a worse year than Penn State. Clemson.
That's true.
Still debatable.
They still have their quarterback at least. They haven't played any Oregons or Ohio State, so yeah, they're having a worse year. They lost to LSU at home. They were losing 16-0 to Detroit at home. They lost to Syracuse at home. They lost to SMU at home. They lost to Duke at home. Now they get Florida State at home, and they're laying less than a field goal. if you have it, I know Dabo has no pride flags in his house, but if he has some kind of mythical one, plan it here, please. Clemson minus 2.5 at home against Florida State. Sweet locks this week. Kent will be at Beaver Stadium this weekend.
I will be.
By this time next week, we will, Notre Dame Pitt. Maybe we'll have some discussion about that as well.
It's possible.
Yeah, would you make the trip?
No, I'll be in regardless that weekend, actually. No, I'm not. There's, as I said, snowball's chance in hell I actually set foot in that stadium. But
Wow.
partaking in the pregame, possibly post-game festivities.
There we go.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for next week.
Yeah, I will be in regardless.
Dan, do you have anything else? You've been researching a lot over there. Do you have anything else that you want to drop in?
Nothing at the moment. No.
Are you tallying up the New York mayoral race?
Who's gonna win?
Donnie's gonna win. He's killing him right now.
Shout out.
He already won. Gina said he
So-
already won.
It is over.
Well, there you have it. Week 11 preview in the books. We'll see you back next week for Week 12. For me, AY from Newcastle Capital Red State, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. To my west, D-Burke.
Good night, all.
And to my east, Ken.
Good night, all.
Thank you for listening. Enjoy the games this weekend. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.